In the beginning, before the degrees and the titles, before the podiums and the pulpits, there was just a boy in a world where love showed up in complicated ways, where the same neighborhood that raised you could also test you. A boy carrying a name older than his own breath, a name birthed from ex-slaves who once bought back the very land they were bound to. A boy learning early that life don't fight fair, but he'd fight back anyway. In the corner of a small apartment, bullets in the daytime and prayer notes on the table lived side by side. And in that world, where mamas stretched hope across empty pots and church folk laid hands in living rooms, a young black son learned to grip survival by the edges, to listen for God in the quiet hum between fear and faith. This story, his story, is the long road of a child who refused to stay broken. A journey forged through abuse, poverty, loss, and a world determined to fold him in. Yet he rose, not perfect, not untouched, but rising all the same, toward classrooms, toward healing, toward service, toward becoming the man he was never shown how to be.
My full name is Dr. Oliver T. Reid, or Oliver Tyrone Reid. And it is a meaning. I didn't know what that meaning was for a long time. So it's a natural meaning, a definition of a meaning, and then there's the spiritual meaning. So from that standpoint, the word Oliver means bringer of peace. The word Tyrone means superior leader. I hated Oliver, so most people know me by Tyrone or Ty or nicknames. Who really know me, I can tell the origin of how you know me by what you call me. Most people know me by Oliver now. I hated that name all through school because people would be like, first day of school, people were like, hey, Ty. And then my teacher would say, Oliver, Tyrone, Reid. And everybody like, Oliver, who is that? And then I had to explain to them I hated it for a long time until I realized that the natural meaning, I'm named after my grandfather. And my grandfather was an ex-slave. So right now he'd probably be 120 or so years old. So he died when my mom was 1 year old. And so when I realized the heritage of that, and the powerful meaning is that he and his dad ended up buying back the land that they were actually slaves on, and passed it down to my family. So I now pride Oliver. So that's the name of that. So one of the nicknames that a lot of people call me is Ty. So I get Ty a lot of times where people in the hood where I grew up call me T-Bone. Or Tyrone. So they just kind of just give me those nicknames, and based on who calls me that, I know our relationship. Well, I was born in Concord, North Carolina, right outside of Charlotte, but my mom and I moved to Charlotte when I was 1, so I claim and rep Charlotte, North Carolina. One of the places I felt most safe when I was a teenager or in my childhood was the Boys and Girls Club. It was a haven. I didn't even feel safe at home because home represented a lot of abuse, physical abuse. I was molested in that home. I was actually beaten at home. I attempted to have suicide in that home. So it was a kind of a bunch of different things that were tragic in that home. But the Boys Club was like when you went in there, there was the first time I saw a Black male presence in a place where they cared. So it was almost like when you went in there, they had it on lock. They made sure stuff was safe. Even though we're in the hood, it was escapism. We're all about sports. You could be a kid. You go camping. So the Boys and Girls Club was a place where we went and really felt safe and learned a whole lot.
Because where you come from can shape you, but it don't have to chain you. And every block he walked, from Barrington Oaks to Winston-Salem, carried lessons, bruises, and quiet victories. What the world meant to break in him became the very spine he learned to stand on.